anyway. So now I'm thinking like, oh, he's gonna say, Gary, do you put me on that talk? Then I went to the blog. Like I'm already trying to think about what the fuck you're gonna say.
I got you. I'm gonna give you credit.
Listen to me. You need to go hard on it. Yo, hit up the crew. Let's get on a Zoom this weekend, or let's get on a Zoom Monday because I'm gonna kind of try to defrag this weekend. But like, I will help you. I really, really, really think you have to understand the culture and the youngsters love you. You go in there and really do it right. You're on the verge, bro. You're on the verge of some crazy ass shit, and you know how much time I spent with Gunna and Keed and like the baby. Like I'm telling you, listen to me.
Yeah.
You have to go, you need to download it. I just said it earlier. You need to download it, 10 hours of consuming it. Just watching fucking what's going on there. And then 10 pieces of content. Bro, you're this close. You get one thing lit off on TikTok right now during this project, and you go to a completely different level. Completely different level, bro.
Shit, I gotta adjust to the times, man.
You have to. Right? Remember when you were coming up and the fucking winners and old cats didn't understand SoundCloud, didn't understand the gram.
Facts.
You're too young to be old.
100%. I like that. I'm definitely gonna pursue that TikTok thing, man.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you up like Sunday night and be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I need to see progress. Bet.
All right,
I love
say
you.
less.
Talk to you.
My boy, appreciate it, man.
That's a superstar. That's a superstar. You'll see. Mom, that man right there might be playing in Xander's bar mitzvah because he's going to beg for it. Hey, Sydney.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well.
Good. I'm coming at you from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. First off, I just obviously want to thank you for having me on the show. And I'd like to commend Kendall and Andrew for talking about their struggles, because I know how hard that can be, and especially on a platform like this, it can be like really intimidating.
Very daunting.
So I have a two-part question for you, and then just a bit of context first. So I'm 22 years old. I am a month away from graduating at Western University for kinesiology, which is, it's like the movement of the body,
Yep.
Like what it undergoes during exercise and everything. So when I was first starting high school, I was really athletic growing up. I actually developed an eating disorder, and it was with me for 7 years.
Sorry to hear that.
That's okay, thank you. I'm actually 2 weeks away from being discharged from my recovery program.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So the issue with this is, when I was in like the peak of my eating disorder, I jumped at the opportunity to take kinesiology because it was so focused towards the body, and I was all wrapped up in fitness and everything. And now that my mind is clearer and I know I should not be tormenting my body in that way, I don't think this is a career for me. So
great news, Sid. You're young as fuck.
I know.
This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand how big of a win this is for you? Do you know how many people work for 30 years in something they hate and then like retire and then just like mope through life? This is a huge, this is like the best.
Mm-hmm. I know, and it's frustrating because
it shouldn't be.
I loved the time, and now
you're gonna love other things.
Yeah.
What are you gonna just love that?
No.
You're fucking 22. You're gonna love everything.
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask you, do you have any insight as to what my next steps could look like? Possibly?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to literally explore every random thought in your mind around cooking and skiing and making bread and being a wine expert and being a video game expert and hair and like your next step needs to be exploring, just like everyone's next step should be.
Right.
Like literally anything that grabs your curiosity, you need to watch YouTube videos, you need to try, you need to order a kit, you need to find a friend, you need to talk to people on Twitter about it, you need to join a Facebook group about it, you need to follow 10 people about it. Like you need to go explore.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, I do that too. it's funny. My parents make fun of me for it, but I know you've said it like all
It's your
along.
strength.
But you say like you're allowed to change your mind, and my problem is like once I find something, I'm like in love with it, and then it just kind of like
you're not in love with it. You're in crush with it, and then you figure out that you're not in love with it.
I watched that.
But when you find what you're in love with, that crush will go to love.
Right.
You're not in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in crush with it. You have a crush on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, baking, I crush you. But then 3 weeks later, you're like, fuck this powder. I don't like this flour shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to wait for the pumpkin pie to come out. Next.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, skiing, you're cute. Oh, I don't like tearing my meniscus. Like, next. Like you're in crush with it.
Right.
That's good.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
I knew you're just so smart. Like I knew you were gonna like bring me down and help me out. So
let me keep building here and give you a little more.
Mm-hmm.
You're 22. You don't need to figure out what you're gonna do with your life ever, let alone in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You need to focus on being happy.
Right, and that's funny. That's actually a good segue into my like second part of my question. So it's crazy, like eating disorders, and like I'm sure Kendall probably knows what I'm talking about when I say this. Like it's just like this cloud that comes over your brain, and like you block out the world. Like I had tunnel vision. Like all I did in high school was go to school. Then I'd have like football practice. I'd come home, I'd work out, and then I'd do homework and go to bed. And I only let myself eat a certain amount of calories. And so obviously that's going to have an effect on your brain. And I missed out on so much of my life, like my teenage years, and I can't get them back. And
me too. Guess who else missed out on them? And let's focus on your next 100 years and not dwell on your last 6.
Exactly. So with that, when I was stuck in the eating disorder, obviously, like I said, I didn't really know differently. Like I thought that's what I wanted and everything. So now that I'm recovering and I see that there's so much outside of this, I don't want anyone else to go through what I did because it's
so keep doing what you're doing right now.
So how do I actually change their perspective and make an impact on them by telling my story?
By telling your story. Let me ask you a question, Sid.
Okay.
If I told you when you were 99 and you came to heaven, I was like, yo, Sid, remember Tea with Gary Vee? Yeah. You're like, hey, Gary, how you been? I'm like, good. I would say, hey, remember when we talked in 2020 and you asked that question? I said, just make, and you made a bunch of Instagrams and TikToks and YouTubes. But then after 6 months, you stopped because it wasn't getting traction. And you went on, and thank God it was so great. You listened to me and you became the greatest skiing instructor of all time. Well, I don't know if you know this, but this is what's cool about heaven. Let me show you the woman who you impacted. She was one girl in Peru, in Winnipeg, in the south side of Chicago, who did watch, your 87 views on this one YouTube video in 2021. 87 people watched it. But here's Karen, the one person who watched it, who you actually, had she not seen that video, here's what heaven's about. This is what her life would have been. Dead at 31 because she destroyed her body. But because of your video that only got 87 views, here was her life. Grandma, happy life. Wouldn't it be worth it?
Yeah, and
so stick with me.
Okay.
So then make the video. You don't need to be 8 million on Instagram. You don't need to be fucking Dr. Phil or Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
Just make the fucking video. One person. I've been in that mindset the whole time, Sid. Now it's more than one person, but I'm still in the one person game.
Right. And I love that. I love like how, I know you aren't a huge fan of compliments, but I love how humble you are about it. And, I've been doing that. I do have a TikTok. I've been posting like minimum 4 times a day, and I'm not doing it for the followers. Like honestly, I could care less about that. I don't know how to actually get it to the people who I'm trying to
they'll find you.
connect it to.
They'll find you. Put hashtag, put 6 hashtags in your TikTok and Instagram and they'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't think there's little girls left and right putting hashtag eating disorder, clicking hashtag eating disorder, hashtag bulimia, like if you don't think that's happening, you're out of your mind. Put the hashtags in there. Make the content. They'll find you.
Okay.
Somebody's going to find your TikTok in 19 years and it's going to help her. Tell the truth, one person. Tell the truth, one person.
Mm-hmm.
They'll find you. People are worried about getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on putting out the message.
That's what I want. Like, I want to even obviously start with one person, but like I'm a dreamer, and in my dream, like I'd love to like speak in front of
I understand.
and help them. And,
I understand.
mm-hmm.
But that means you're worried about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Worry about them.
Yeah. And I want that too. Like I have friends in my program and I love them.
Said so many people roll up to me and like, Gary, I want to be like you. I want to give. And then you listen to the next 13 things out of their mouth and they're saying, I want to make $100,000 speaking and drive in private jets and have fun. Like they're not about that giving life.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to help them, then help them.
Yeah.
Making the videos is helping them. They'll find you. Of course you want to speak and all this. I get that. And maybe you're good enough and maybe you're not, and that's okay. But one more time with the heaven story. Wouldn't it be worth it? And just like you figured out something else wasn't in the cards for you, you may find out that you speaking on public stages about this is not in the cards for you either. And that will be amazing. Or maybe it will be. But you're never going to figure it out if you're not completely in a selfless mind state of producing content on all the platforms. People don't produce on all the platforms because like I have no Twitter followers. So they don't want to have 3 Twitter followers because they're not worried about the audience. They're worried about themselves. They don't want to waste their time.
Right.
They don't like how it feels to have no audience.
Mm-hmm. So then if like, I know I want to make those videos, make an impact even on that one person, but what do I do if that one person doesn't want to hear it? Like they just don't believe me.
You didn't believe anybody either back then.
Yeah, I know.
Sweetheart, most of the people don't believe the shit that's coming out of my mouth. They say they believe it, but they don't act on it, which means they don't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The student always finds the teacher, right? There's that saying, right? The student finds it, some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. They will find it. There are people who've been watch this in the comments. I don't know what you're watching on, but I'm going to watch it. There are people who've listened to me for 4 years, and then it was one time, one video. They were ready. I broke them down. They broke themselves down.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want to hear it, there's nothing me and you are going to do about it.
Yeah.
More importantly, go back to what I said. The one person. If everybody here who wants the fucking fame and the action focused on just one person in their life, which would be so worth it by human standards, it's fucking huge. It's fucking, what's the matter with people? Impacting one person and making their life better is all time. Why do you think, like it's all time?
Yeah.
Somebody will be ready to hear you.
Okay.
But if you start putting out for the purpose of helping one person versus how do I get more followers, your content will be different. And when your content is different, it'll start working.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry, I know you have people, is like, I've been coming out on TikTok, like just like speaking to the camera, talking about like
good
experiences, but I've seen some other people doing like what they eat in a day, and I just don't know if that's the best idea because that can be like.
Do you want to do that?
Not really.
So don't fucking do it. Just because they have 8,000 followers or 8 million followers because they do that works for them. You do you.
Yeah.
Pick a nice little song in the background so they find you through a trending song. Use the hashtags and fucking stay consistent.
Okay.
One person. You don't need to figure out your life in the next 10 years. I don't give a fuck what your parents say.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Woof, good show. I'm even late for my next meeting. Dust, this was one of the best shows, Dust. They were like bangers. This was like a great album.
Yeah, and you had a lot of good quotes too.
Yeah, there's a ton of shit. I'm going to be so pissed at the team if we don't have at least 6 fucking Instagrams out of this. There's some like bangers here.
Yeah.
This was as good of a show. Like it was consistently like high quality, like good vibes. I was in a good zone. Like this is one of the better shows.
It's the Abel Franco.
Yeah. I mean, the Abel Franco part definitely started me off right, and running up those fucking hills this morning. I really think that it was a good one. Like, I feel like this was one of the better shows. Sign up for Wine Text. Check out allinchallenge.com. Pass on this show to others. Please, if you do anything, take the URL you just watch us on and share it in your social. I love you guys. See ya. Oh, I like that. Nice Wine Text.
Great show, Simon.
Thanks, Mom. Love you. See you guys. And the people that are going to win over the next 5 to 7 years are going to be very comfortable in controlled fucking chaos. You don't love the process. This is dreams we're talking about. Dreams require sacrifice. All of your actions have to then map to it. Backpack, backpack, backpack. Nobody gives a shit about where you grew up. The whole game is scaling the unscalable. It's fucking hard work. It's being respectful. It's being a good person. Do that. That's just a good idea. It's there. The flip game's there. This house right here, there's $400 to be made. I stay in my lane. Like real fucking tight. But you can't be crippled. Everybody here is judging themselves. You're looking at what's in front of you right now. You're losing because you're laying in your bed looking at somebody's fucking glamorous photoshopped picture of them doing something cool, and you're envious and you're jealous and you're impatient, and it's crippling your upside. Let me just say it one more time if you're confused what I just said. I say put your fucking flag on the ground of who the fuck you are. Whoever provides the most value always wins. You're entering the greatest 5-year window of your life. My only answer to Nate or anybody is just try shit. Shut your business down and go work for an apparel company for 3 years. Nobody you've ever met got there without the hard work. So you better get your speed up. You better work harder. You better work smarter. If you can't Google stuff, you're not gonna be able to do anything that I'm telling you to do. Gary VE TV, my new account. Check me out. Hope you enjoy it.